So on the line with me is someone that we know well and love dearly, Craig Hinds from Watershed. This means new music. Mr. Hinds, hello, welcome to Jacaranda FM. Welcome back to Jacaranda FM.
Hello, Danny. How are you? Yeah, thank you so much.
I am very, very excited when I see your name pop up in my emails because I'm like, yes, new Watershed. How many years has Watershed been in the industry?
Sure. Well, we are now 24 years, so we're
You,
gearing up for a very, very big 2025.
okay, wow. Okay, so 2025 and you're 25. Are we doing a big party or something?
I think we must do a big party. We're going to do various big parties around the country. And we're going to have a new album and we're going to have all sorts of things going on, but it's pretty much going to be a full year of Watershed celebrations for 25 years.
Are you ready to relive your rock star life?
Always, always ready up. I think it's the most exciting thing to be able to look back on 25 years of Watershed and all the songs we've done and written and recorded and toured and big songs and album tracks and our touring and etc. etc.
Mm.
So it's I think it's a great time to sort of look back on all of that and just enjoy it.
Craig, does it feel that long? Because like as a listener, as someone who enjoys your music and has always been a fan, it doesn't feel like I should be that old that I've been with you for 25 years. So I can only imagine if it feels like that for me, it can't feel like 25 years for you. It must feel like just yesterday.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think the memories we have are still so fresh. It's hard to sort of like I can vividly remember the day Indigo Girl hit number one on various stations and letters, and exactly where we were, what we were doing. I can remember our very first single, "Shine on Me."
Mm.
I was heading to the Vaal River with some mates back in 2000, and that song was starting to chart. It sort of got onto the chart at number 39, and I remember exactly what was going on that, and all the touring we've done and all the venues we've played at. So I think you're right. It's sort of the memories are very fresh, and it's hard to believe that it's actually 25 years. That's a hell of a long time.
Okay, you look healthy. You don't look like I would expect a rock star to look. I mean, you guys all you none of you look like you were in Deep Purple, if you know what I'm saying. And you've done this for 25 years. You've toured, you've traveled, you've done the world. What is the secret to doing that and still having a balanced life?
Look, I think we've been rolling. Um, it's I don't know. We sort of maybe we just sort of young at heart, and we it's I think the guys have over the years looked after themselves. You I think you have to keep fit as much as touring does keep you fit. But yeah, you've got to do the stuff on the side as well, and sort of keep the focus, I suppose, keeping your energy levels up and deciding that you're touring again and then you're going to tour again and you're touring again. I think keeps guys yeah, I think it keeps people young and active and excited and that's cool. I think that's the vibe.
I've got to ask you, are you running? Do you run? Are you one of those marathoners?
I'm not a marathoner.
Okay.
I mean, I've done one or two halves, but I'm sort of happy. I'm happy with a 10K.
Oh.
And it's yeah, something just to keep the blood flowing.
It's so weird. As I'm heading towards my 40s, which is next year, I'm seeing more and more of my friends take up running. And as I followed my favorite artists as they head towards their 40s, they all also took up running. I wonder what it is. Like, what is it that calls to us at this age? We were like, no, we're now gonna like run on a Sunday instead of be hungover.
It is really weird that I must say I agree with you. We down in the South Peninsula now in Cape Town have been for eight years or so, and I mean the running and cycling um, uh, stuff that goes on here is on another level. And if I look at the age group, yeah, you're probably 40s up. So it's prolific. I don't know what it is. I suppose it's sort of realizing you're getting older, and at some point you've got to try and keep yourself slightly healthy. And yeah, I mean, guys are swimming and paddling, and there's all sorts of things going on.
And this is a big reason why I need to move to the Cape because you guys are living your best lives there with your mountain and your wine and your sea and your healthy living. Okay, so you have a new single
I tell
out.
you what,
I've
we are.
I've got to ask you, is this off of an EP, an album? Are we getting something, a body of work eventually?
Yes, so I think part of 2025 we're definitely putting out a full album. We're actually looking at one or two of the big old songs and looking at a re-record of one or two of them. But ultimately we will be definitely doing 8 or 9 brand new songs. So this will form part of that album. And we thought we'll drop a single now, maybe towards the end of the year, put out a second one, and then, put the album out sort of in the first quarter of 2025.
Mm.
And these songs will form all a part of that. So it feels good. We recorded the album ourselves again. Our guitarist, Gideon Burgess, recorded it at his studio up in Pretoria. So I did a lot of time traveling back and forth for this particular song. Um, but yeah, so there's going to be a full-on new album, which I think could be our eighth or ninth album, I think.
He's been in the game so long he doesn't even remember. It's like, how old are your kids again? How old are you? Sorry, what was this? 14, 13, 12? So the single is called This Town,
Yeah,
Craig.
I don't,
What is the message that you hope that we're gonna get from this song?
you know, it's sort of what I've picked up from touring, and you realize that after touring, there's always that stable place you need to be. And this town is actually about where you are. So it's sort of a song about like contentment, with, you're with someone, you're learning together, being wrong and right together, that sort of thing. But sort of ultimately knowing that you're on the same path with them. There's some lyrics in the song, take me down that road you're traveling on, so you want to share stuff with someone, in life. And it's yeah, you sort of start realizing when you come back from a tour that where you are and how you live, and so the people you with is what it's meant to be. And yeah, you're happy with where you are and your life around that thing, and that is what this town is about. There's a lyric in the song that says, "The times we have are just right. I don't need no more. I feel happy tonight." So it's sort of that contentment, um, um, vibe about it.
Craig, for someone who's just starting out in the industry, I'm on my show, I play a lot of new artists, new music. And a lot of the times they have questions around the industry. And when we're in studio and there are other artists like yourself who've been around for a long time, they often ask how? How do you weather the storm? How do you have a 25-year career? What would your answer be?
It's I think it's sort of sticking with what you know. It's I think it's one thing to experiment, and that's part of creativity, is trying new things. But I think you'll find with an artist and songwriters, you definitely have a particular style, and I think that style will always be there. And I think that style needs to be cherished and looked after, because if that style sticks and people enjoy it, it should always work. So it's one thing to experiment and move off and try different production styles and different, and sort of a different approach to music. But ultimately, it's that raw, um, for want of a better word, talent, and it's that raw style that you have naturally that I feel you've got to cherish that, because that's going to be the thing that is the common thread that will run through everything you do. And then it's just focus on that and keep going with that, and it'll work.
Thank you for sharing your mind palace, your brains with us. Thank you. Craig, before I say goodbye to you, would you please do me the honor of introducing your new single here on Jacaranda FM?
Hey, this is Craig from Watershed, and you are listening to our brand new single, This Town.